Betrayed by my own brother and my ex-wife. And now they expect me to forgive him? Why did next will shock you? Betrayal doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes it comes from the people you trust the most. I learned that the hard way. My wife, Emily, and I have been married for 6 years. I thought we were happy. We had our struggles, like any couple, but divorce? That was never in my plans. Then, one night, everything changed. I came home early from a work trip to surprise her. But when I walked into our bedroom, I found her with my brother. My own brother. The pain was immediate, like a knife to the gut. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think. They tried to explain, to justify, but there was nothing to say. I left that night and never looked back. The divorce was brutal, but I got through it. I cut Emily out of my life. And as for my brother, Mark, I buried our relationship like it never existed. At least I thought I had. Until 6 months later, they came knocking at my door. I had just gotten home from work when the doorbell rang. When I opened the door and saw them standing there together, I nearly slammed it shut. Mark held up his hands. Wait, just hear us out. Emily looked guilty, her eyes downcast. We just want to talk. Talk. Now they want to talk. Against my better judgment, I let them in. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to hear how they try to spin this. Maybe I just want a closure. Mark sat forward, his voice almost desperate. Look, I know what we did was wrong. I hate how things happened. But we're together now, and we don't want to live with this guilt anymore. I stared at him, my blood boiling. So what? You think an apology fixes everything? Emily's voice was softer. No, we just want to make things right. Then, Mark said something that made my head spin. We want you to forgive us, and we want you in our lives again. I laughed. I actually laughed. The audacity. You betrayed me. I said, my voice ice cold. You destroyed our family, and now you want to play happy reunion. Mark swallowed hard. I don't want to lose my brother. You lost me the second you touched my wife. Emily flinched, but I didn't care. Then, she spoke again, her voice shaky. I know I hurt you, but I've changed. We both changed. We don't want to live in the past anymore. I shook my head. That's funny, because I don't want to live in the past either. Which is why I'm done with both of you. Mark clenched his jaw. So that's it? You'll never forgive us. I leaned in, looking him dead in the eyes. I already have. They both looked at me, confused. I continued. Forgiveness isn't about you. It's about me. I forgave you so I could move on, so I could be free. But forgiveness doesn't mean I want you in my life. Mark's face fell. Emily looked like she might cry. Good. I stood up and opened the door. Now, get out of my house. Mark hesitated. Ow. For a second, I thought he might argue. But then he nodded. I'm sorry, he muttered one last time before walking out. Emily didn't say another word. She just turned and followed him. I shut the door behind them and locked it. And just like that, they were gone. For good. Life moved on. I moved on. And I was better for it. Then, one day, I got a wedding invitation. From Mark and Emily. I stared at the envelope for a long time. Then, without opening it, I tossed it into the trash. I should have felt anger. Or sadness. But all I felt was relief. For years, I had been carrying the weight of their betrayal. But in that moment, I realized it wasn't my burden to carry anymore. I was free. Later that night, I sat on my balcony, watching the city lights. My phone buzzed with a message. It was from someone new. Someone who actually cared about me. Someone who respected me. I smiled, typing back. My future had finally begun. The past was dead, and I had never felt lighter.